Welcome to the Palace Pompar. You alright? So, right with about, I just thought I'd bring you to, this is Solely Abbey in the background. You should just be able to see it nicely in the background. It's got a bit of scaffolding around it for now. And I'm also trying out the me mode on the Insta 360. So, it's just stuck out in front of me. And the good thing is, wherever I walk, it should just keep me in shot. If you watched my previous video, you will see me discussing the virtues of the V-strom 650 that I've got, but also talking about having an itch. Well, that itch has been scratched. What I'm going to do is introduce you, ladies and gentlemen, to and I've done a bit of an explanation, which I'll try and edit in of her name, but here we go. Here she is. This is the new girl. What do you think of that? And what I'll do is I'm going to stop this now and then edit too. I'll get my phone out and do a quick show of tell of the new one, and then what we're going to do is attach down here if we can. We're going to stick the camera all well and good, so we'll see how that goes. It's supposed to be a cracking day today. Sun's breaking through now, so we should have a nice little ride out. We're going to try out, if I just spin it around this way, we're going to try out the Zumo XT, which is down here. You should just see that power up. There we go. And it's got some function on here called round trip. So we're going to go and have a look at the round trip function of Zumo. Take you Callie. Right? This is the blue goddess of power. And she's got a sticky out beak at the front, which is like a tongue sticking out. Right. Might even do that bit, this bit here. Right. I might even do this bit in red, like a tongue sticking out. So Kali, the Hindu goddess, the blue goddess of power. So here she is. This is Kali. Meet Kali, everyone. So she's a 2019 Suzuki Vstrom 1000 XT. Started life as a yellow, and she's now not a yellow, she's blue. Right, it's got a lovely, nice bit of speckle in that blue as well. So yes, so I've decided her name will be Kali, and we got the luggage included. So I've got the side panniers, Kelvic exhaust, sport wheels, come standard with the XT, and the Suzuki aluminium belly pan, spotlights, extended screen, heated grips. As you can see, I've stuck the Insta 360 on, so we'll try that in a minute. And then we're also going to have a play with the Zumo. So start location. So this is a new Zumo XT that I've treated myself to, and I'm going to go where I am now. Okay, and select, and then trip attribute. So we can choose a distance, choose a duration. Okay, and let's say next, and we'll say 1 hour. All right. We've set up the Garmin, and we've just said I want to do an hour. Twisty roads. It'll bring me back to here in 1 hour's time. So 32 miles it says. So we're just going to give that a bit of a go, and it might take us a little bit longer than an hour because I plan on pulling up and trying to get some different shots and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see how we get on, shall we? Okay, let's go. Let's go. Go.
Please drive to highlighted route.
That wasn't the best, was it? So which way is it taking us? Looks like we're going down here. Let us see. Right. And one of the things I want to try doing...
In a quarter of a mile, turn right onto Solly Road, then take the first left.
Alright, cheers love. Thanks for that. So one of the things that I'm going to have an attempt to do, and a try, is, and it's not chopping the legs off pedestrians with the camera sticking out. So one of the things I want to try and do...
Turn right onto Solly Road, then take the first left.
Why is it trying to bring me back? Huh? Me no understand it. I can't get any further in, cockle. Just knocked my camera a bit back, I think. Maybe not a bad thing. Right, what is it doing, this thing? Wants to bring me back round.
In a quarter of a mile, turn right onto backside.
So we just follow it, folks. Yeah, it just wants to turn us round. Go back.
Turn right onto backside.
Oh, that cat's got a mouse. He's doing his job.
turn right onto backside.
No, I've already turned left, you love. You're a bit slow. Get with the programme. Right, I think he wanted us to turn right at the pub, where I turned left. And then instead of trying to reroute, because it's on a circular route, it's just decided it didn't like that. And bring me all the way back. So, one of the things I was trying to say, before I got rudely interrupted by a sat-nav, be quiet, Zumo. I've had an idea.
In 1 mile, turn right onto the road.
You're getting on my tits now, love. Right? So, I've had a bit of an idea, which is, if I can say it without interrupting me, with the Insta 360, what you do is you play back the footage and you choose where you want to see and all that gubbins, right, and all the rest of it, and you choose the angles and you play it all back, then you export it, then you can bring it into Adobe Premiere, for example, or your chosen photo video editing software. And then I use multicam, so obviously I've got this one. I've only got the 2 cameras on today to keep life a little bit simple, Insta and the Sena. And then as you're playing that video and you're editing it, right, you choose which camera angle you want to show. But I've thought about it and I'm thinking, yeah, do you know what? Rather than do it that way, potentially that has got its multiple angles. So I export one with it forward facing. So the entire bit
In
of
a quarter
footage.
of a mile, turn right onto the road.
We'll go for that. Not only that, I think it's trying to take me back to the beginning. So I'm putting this down as a bit of a fail, because that's just taking me back to the start. I'm going back to the start. So I'm going to turn left here, sorry, because she's naughty. And then let's go onto here. Has it picked that up? Oh! Right, so, as I was saying, that is potentially a multi-angle cameras everywhere. So I could have one, say I'm going to do, I don't know, 20 minutes of footage, right? So 20 minutes of footage from the Insta, and do 20 minutes and I export it of just pointing in that direction. Then I could do an export of 20 minutes of it just pointing.
In 2 miles, turn left onto Gisborne Road.
We're going to follow that. We could have, 20 minutes of footage with it pointing directly over there. 20 minutes of footage exported with it pointing directly at me. Hi. "20 minutes of footage with it pointing directly backwards." So that's 4 angles. Maybe, one directly onto the wheel. 20 minutes of that. Which means I could have, literally, mixed in with the footage from the Sena, potentially, well, in a way, not unlimited, but you've quite a lot. So, the v-strom 1000. Our thoughts on that so far? Hard to tell, innit? I only just took it out for... It's a v-strom, end of the day. It's a massive difference between this and the 650. The power, you know, I don't have to change the gears as much. Traction control, have I noticed it yet? No, but that's potentially because I've not tried it with it off and then tried it with it on. And like I say, I'm just trying it with it on, and I've got it on traction control 2, which is really slippy roads. Now, these roads are looking a little bit better, so I'm going to attempt to do a live traction control. Let's see if it works. So, select. No, right, now it won't let me do it, but if I drop off the throttle, see, let me do it then. So I've just dropped it now, traction control 1. Change it back again. So you can switch it as you're riding. Obviously the ABS on the V-Stroms can't be turned off. You've not an option. There is an aftermarket fix I believe you can do. I don't really go that much off-road. I don't believe these bikes are a true green laning bike. Clearance is way too low on them. My legs are way too short on this particular bike. It'd be a nightmare. You know, a bit of rough grind, maybe not too bad. Get stood up, be alright. Now, normally I would just turn the heated grips on. Live in comfort. Normally I turn left on here, and then that takes you up past the Gisborne Forest hub. The V-Strom. I think that was the Gen 1000 that rider was on. Yes, I've gone for the mid-range glove. I've got that many gloves, it's unbelievable. I've gone for the mid-range version.
In a quarter of a mile, turn left onto Gisborne Road, then take the first left.
It's got the familiar V-twin vibration to it. Now, I bought these Suzuki extra weighted bar ends when I had the 650.
In half a mile, turn right onto Gisborne Road.
Threw a little bunny rabbit in the wood. And there's only two things I've actually nicked off Pearl, which is these bar ends, so I've swapped them out. And the Givey
turn right onto
tank
Gisborne
ring.
Road.
You see, love, it's not a right turn, this is it. Alright.
In 1.5 miles, turn right onto Mill Lane.
So yeah, so there was a tank bag came with this, but to be honest, I didn't like it. So I've swapped it and I've nicked my Givey tank ring, but I've put that tank bag on the 650, so whoever buys it, they're going to get a good deal. There's loads of luggage going with it. You know, there's 45 litre Giveys, 25 litre Giveys, an original Suzuki top box, a Kappa top box. It's got aftermarket exhaust fitted, it's going with the exhaust, it's got aftermarket screen fitted, it's going with the original screen, you name it. There's loads and loads of stuff. So anybody interested in a 650 V-Strom, that'll be going for sale in a couple of weeks. Let me know. So third gear, let's see what it does. If I don't drop down, I'm only doing 20 odd. Oh no. Definitely need to drop it down on them tighter ones. Just forces it out that bit. that's what today's ride's all about, getting to know this bike a little bit better. Know your limitations, know your bike's limitations, simple as. And hope to God, or the biking gods, or the goddess Kali, that whenever you're out on that day, that skill and good luck don't run out at the same time.
In a quarter of a mile, turn right onto Mill Lane.
Because one of them will save your ass. And if you look out on both of them, you might just be fooked. So, as I'm riding this, back to some thoughts on it. I did see, you know, like I say, I've had a V-strom for quite some time, 5 years, and there's lots of talk of them, and you know, weighing up the pros and the cons between the
Turn right onto Mill Lane
and the 650, and one of those big debates is it's not as nimble as the 650. Well, it's approximately
in 3/4 of a mile, turn left onto A59.
So it's approximately 20 kilos heavier than the 650. That is going to make a little bit of a difference. I don't think there's much difference in the frame size. Obviously the difference in power. Let's see if I can do it. Elevation, track, music player, traffic, turns, weather. Right, weather. View radar. See what it does. Now I've got spots of rain, and this isn't showing me bugger all. Is it? Let's zoom in. Not showing me none of that. Okay, stop that. Go back. Close the weather. Close weather. Close. No. Oh, you stupid thing. Close. Yeah, so I was going to say, if you're to ask me right this minute, bear in mind, you know, I've only been out on this for an hour or two. Do I think it's more nimble or as nimble as the 650? Right at this moment in time, I'd have to say no. I do think the 650 is a little bit more nimble, but that's probably to be expected. Now, is that my inexperience with the bike and knowing its limitations and everything else? Possibly. Is it massively different? No, don't think it is massively different. I just want to see what this is like. If I do a fourth gear, doing 50 in a 60 behind Colin. Without dropping a gear, what it's like for just winding it on. Is this a place? Yes. Yes, Colin. Yes, Colin. Now, I think that screen is absolutely bob on. I'm getting. I used to say I didn't get that much buffering. on the 650, but in comparison, this thing is doing absolutely superb. Now this does have the aftermarket mirrors, and I never bothered switching them out, and whether that might be part of it, but for my height, that is absolutely bob on just there. Now the thing with these screens is, you take it all the way out, it comes all the. Now I can tell the difference there. Just one move up there, and then I've got another move there. Oh, that takes a lot of it off. So in that position right there, you can massively tell the difference. Now these roads look a lot better, so I think what we should do is press the old select button, drop it down, move it up. There we go. Traction control off. Third gear, that. Bit of a difference to fourth. Makes me camera bend. I mean, that is lazy riding. It's literally like having automatic. You sit in third and that's it. You know, it still pulls enough. I dare say in fourth it's just as
In 3 3/4 miles, turn left onto 8th lane.
I seem to remember this last time with Zumo, because okay, so quickly let's run through the Zumo. The Zumo, how it works is you connect your phone to the Zumo and you connect your headset to the Zumo. So that's almost like the hub for them all. I didn't get on with it before, and especially when you've got a pillion, because it's sort of like you have two channels then, and then when this keeps chopping in, it cuts you off from your pillion, and then you switching and changing all the time, and it was a bit annoying. So I tended to not use the audio features of the Zumo, and I've got the Sena. Now the Sena does the OK Google, right? But because it's not connected to my phone, it won't do the OK Google now, so I'm losing that feature. And I've got the feature of the music on the. I think it might just be swings and roundabouts. Sometimes I'll use it, sometimes I won't. I think I prefer having it connected to my phone, the Bluetooth headset connected to my phone. Now it says it's 8 degrees, and it's just there's a little bit of nip still in the air. However, it's a gorgeous sunny day. But don't let that confuse you. So I've not put my textiles on today because it was supposed to be quite nice. So I've got my XL Moto cargo pants on, and then in fact I think this jacket's from XL Moto. I got it when they were doing a deal. It's an aerated leather jacket, and they were doing a deal with a pair of jeans and a jacket for £8. I was like, what? I'll try it.
In 3/4 of a mile, turn left onto Rakes Lane, then take the first right.
You are an annoying cow. There we go. There's a cross up on that there hill. I wonder if that's where they nailed Jesus, because it's nearly Easter, innit? Can you see that up there on that hill?
Turn left onto Fleet Lane.
Okay. Let's let the tractor through. Don't want to argue with tractors, do we? Do we? Balls is like.
In 2¼ miles, turn left onto Eston Road.
Okay. So other than the first little bit of a balls up when that was it me or was it the sat nav on the first one we tried? This is a second route. I told it to set the round trip, and I told it to pick twisties. You know, the highest that it can go. You know, and it's not a bad little route that it's picked out, and you know the merits of it, and it's only stuff. Like you'll always get people arguing. Oh, it's only what Cali Moto does. Well, all right, you know you have to pay monthly for Cali Moto or yearly or whatever it is, and fine, you've got to pay for the XT to start with, but then it's yours for good, and you don't have to worry about whether you've got phone signal or not. And the argument goes on and on and on, and you'll have, I suppose, three main school of thought. One school of thought is just use a map. You don't need a phone, and you don't need a sat nav. Okay, and if that works for you, that works for you. And that's if you, for me, if you know where you're going from and where you're going to, and you just want to plot out a route and you write instructions down and you stick them here and you follow them. And if you like that kind of thing, that's your thing, great. Me, I'm a gadget freak, so I like my gadgets, right? And as such, I have the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 phone, which costs approximately 1800 quid. One, because it's a fold phone, it's not going to strap onto a mount properly up there anyway. And two, and more importantly, the vibrations that it's going to suffer. Why would I put an expensive phone through that when, 350 quid, dedicated, waterproof, all the software, all the gubbins, does all the stuff you need it to.
In 1/4 mile, turn left onto Eston Road.
And with an annoying voice coming at you. And it's got, features in there. Like I said, I tried doing that weather one and it'll show you if you're riding into rain. Even though it didn't. And I don't know what it were hour we're in. It dried up pretty quick anyway. So for me, a dedicated sat nav, is the option. If using your mobile phone and Calimoto or other apps work for you,
turn left onto Eston Road.
then great. nobody's telling you not to.
In 1 mile, turn left onto Bridge Lane.
It's personal choice. My personal choice is a standalone, and like I say, one of the reasons why I thought I'd do an upgrade is the 660 I had was a few years old now, and it didn't do any of this. Rambling. Nothing wrong with rambling. I like a good ramble. Pretty river. Okay. Don't think I've been down this one before. What a good do. I might have done.
In half a mile, turn right onto A65.
Oh no, it's the A65 is. So this is just a quick lane to get down, I guess. Bum, 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 bum. Over the canal. Here we go. Take it easy past the doggy. Don't want to upset dogs.
Turn right onto A65.
Alright, so let's come to a stop here. A bit of traffic coming down from there. I mean, I guess one of the things that the sat-nav doesn't know is whether it pulls you out on a shit right turn. Now this just happens to be a shit right turn because I can see there's loads of traffic coming down there from right. And every time you see what would be a little bit of a gap, there's someone coming from left. Now do I get out into the middle?
Continue on A65.
To drop it down to a 30 through Gargrave. A little bit of spits of rain about again. Tiny little splatters of rain. And it's keeping us going straight on here, it says. Turn into a ghost if you want to disappear. La di da di da da, 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 la di da di da da. What's going on? You having a giraffe? Bloody Orvis van. Oh, that's what it is. It's one of them. It's one of them there cyclists holding up the traffic. On to pull. Right, turn that off. Oh, come on. Today. No, go back. Turn that off. La di da di da da, la di da di da da, la di da di da da. I turn into a ghost if you wanna disappear. It's dropping to a 30. It's warning me. It's warning me. And we've already seen one camera van out this morning, haven't we, kids? Still double yellow, double white lines. No overtaking here. Even though we're on a 60. Behave descent. What's this dude doing? La di da di da da, la di da di da da, la di da di da da. He just stretched legs a minute. Oh. The only thing is, I have to just lean back a little bit to keep my eye on speed. I'm stood up on this. Again, some of the gripes people have had about this, saying that they have to put risers on for standing up. However, I'm going to pull up here, see if there's a hot and cold food or we're going to brew. Yeah, me being a short horse, I don't have to worry about it.